What up, everybody? It's Mike Glazer. Welcome to the Nighttime Show podcast. I'm here with head audio engineer, head writer, and Ginger who knows how to bake like a motherfucker, Matt Walker. Our guest today, Victoria Summer from Transformers Age of Extinction, saving Mr. Banks. Ooh la la. And now, our host, he called me at 3 a.m. asking when this edible would stop working.
I'm freaking out,
Stephen
man.
Kramer Glickman.
Yeah! That is true. That is a fact. I have called Mike Glazer repeatedly when I have taken some sort of marijuana, and it has freaked me the fuck out, and I call him in the middle of the night. I've called you at 4 a.m. just going,
I've got ice on my neck.
What am I supposed to do? How do you make this go away? I'm not good at smoking weed or having any sort of weed in my life. I'm not like a big weed person.
Do you know how you unwound? You told me you watched musical theater.
I watched musical theater.
But when it's weed related,
I watched a video that was called the top 100 musical theater performances of all time.
Oh,
and
nice.
that's how I relaxed to calm myself down because I'm not good at it.
when it's weed related, you call Glazer, and when it's otherwise, you call me at 4 a.m. You're like, "Hey, dude, you want to hear a funny story?" And then he bores me for half an hour while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, but I've called you many, many times.
Sometimes you have good stories
at significant moments in my
All
life.
right, can you stop banging the table?
I'm not.
After I
banging the
asked you
table.
not to bang the table, and you've done it 3 times
Should
now.
we start over?
No.
We should start over.
I have called you for significant moments in my life when big things
When
have
you
happened.
thought you'd met the one, and then I reminded you that she had said horrible things about minorities on TMZ.
That was one of the greatest things that's ever happened, Victoria.
What was she like, Steve? Tell me. Come on,
I
let's
met
talk
this
about this girl.
Her name is.
Don't say the name.
Why
Doesn't
not?
matter. You don't need to
All
say
right,
it.
whatever.
Donna
I
Summers.
It's Donna Summers. I met this girl, and I didn't. It was before I was like I would Google everybody that I.
This is like
because
8 years ago.
this is like eight or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I asked this girl out, and we decided we go out for dinner. We're going to go and have a nice dinner. I take her to a very fancy schmancy place. We have a very nice dinner together, and we go for a nice walk, and then we go back to her place, and things are going well. And I let her borrow my sweater, and it wasn't even my sweater. It was a sweater from Big Time Rush. Like
Okay.
I
You gave away something from
I
the
gave
the wardrobe of your TV show.
a piece of my wardrobe from the TV show I was doing.
Oh,
I shouldn't have done that, but I left it there thinking like, I'll get it back. I did a leave behind. I did the leave behind.
Yeah.
You know, and she was fully willing for the leave behind.
Okay.
And then I get in the car and I start driving home and I call Matt. I go, "Oh, you're not going to believe
3 in the
this."
morning.
3 in the morning. I go,
Yeah.
"I met this girl. She's so incredible. I just had the best time with her. You gotta look at. I'm sure there's pictures of her on the internet. I'll tell you her name." And I go, "This is her name." And I say her name, and he goes, "Oh, are you talking about the
girl who was just on TMZ?
Who was just on TMZ
for saying gay people should be put to death?
Yeah, saying that gay people should be put to death is what this girl had said on TMZ.
oops.
And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It can't be the same girl." And he's like, "I'll play you the audio. Is this her? I'll send you a photo of her." And he's sending me photos, and I'm like, "No!" I'm like, "How can this be the same girl? This can't be the same girl." And I called her the next day, and I was like, "We could never be together. Like, you said this horrible shit."
And what did she say?
She was like, "I can change. Gay people are nice." I was like, I can't have you around. You need
Okay,
to give me
Steven,
your sweater
stop doing that.
back. Whoa. Oh my God.
I thought someone was snoring. I thought we were just really
Here,
boring.
give me that thing.
Oh, man.
That's what I've heard like 5 times, and you keep doing it. And
Do we need to start over?
No.
There we go. Maybe that's better. Is that better?
It's fine for now.
Okay. All right.
So.
We are recording today at my condo complex. We have this weird.
If you like the address, DM me on Twitter. I'll send it.
Yeah, for sure.
Find out
It's
what
it's like a what's it called? Like a large weird recreational room.
Yeah, you got pool tables and
Could
a
be a
library.
party room. You can have a party in here.
fun.
We're
Double
actually
dips.
underground right now, and Victoria is being held captive. Victoria, so we were talking about musical theater and how it calms me down when I get too high from eating 3 weed edibles like a fucking idiot.
Did your mum not give you the talk?
No, about what?
Edibles.
No.
His mom
Your
got
mom
into
gave you
weed
a
late
top?
in life.
My mom just started smoking weed
At like 65.
at 65, and I went to go visit her just recently, just like a week ago, and we're hanging out. And my cousin is a weed. Like he runs like a weed company. Like he's a big wig in the
Wow.
weed business. And so my mom and me and my sister were like sitting out in the backyard, and he goes, hey, to my mom, he goes, try this, and like gives her his like vape weed oil thing. And she like takes a hit of it, and she's like, okay, all right. And then he goes, no, take a couple more. And like she takes like 2 or 3 more. And so she gets like 3 in, and I'm like, hey, come on. She's like a short little lady. Like she does not need to be smoking your professional grade weed, right? And he goes, no, it's fine. One more. And like makes her take another hit. She takes another hit. And then he walks away, and she turns to, I go, Mom, are you okay? And she turns to me and she goes, don't worry, his shit is weak. Verbatim!
No!
My little Jewish mother said, his shit is weak.
Wow.
Those exact words.
Wow.
I almost broke down.
Wow.
I was dying laughing.
Yeah, your mum's not going to give you the talk. So.
No,
No.
she's not.
There are
so-
many talks she should have given him that didn't happen. Yeah.
Did you get the sex talk when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Who gave
Yeah.
you the sex talk?
And my mum said that they go to bed and rub tummies together.
Oh, that's
It's
so
very
cute.
conservative growing up in the
Yeah.
couside just outside of London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different
so
world.
that's what I thought happened for a while, actually.
That was
yeah.
bellies.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
somebody hugged you, you'd be like, oh no!
No, because we weren't in bed. It's just
Oh,
happens
only in
when
bed.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you're naked. She told me that you're naked. Yeah, but
Okay.
rubbing
That's-
tummies naked in bed.
How old were
kind
you
of-
then?
Yeah, I think I was quite young then because I did get sex education in school and condoms, had just come out and we were learning how to use them, putting them on our fingers. Yeah.
Sure.
Those are
Yeah.
some small condoms.
Yeah.
Your fingers.
Oh yeah, like that.
Did you see that?
I
Yeah,
did.
Did you guys see that?
That would be. That's a great GIF. That would be a really great GIF.
That's fantastic. Did you date young? Did you have any?
I dated old.
You dated old?
Yeah.
Older men.
Yeah.
So when you were young, you dated older men?
Yeah.
How-
We probably shouldn't go down this road.
No, that's weird.
This is really early on.
Oh, okay, all right. That
We'll get
might
to
be.
it
And I
later.
haven't had a cup of tea yet.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, no. Oh God. Mike Glazer, who told you the talk? Did you have a talk?
I know I had sex ed. I think my dad just said something like, hey, if you have unprotected sex, she could get pregnant and your life will be over. All right, see you later. And that was like about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty solid.
It was solid, but it was straightforward. And then I was scared to have intimacy for a very long time.
Wow.
Because of that. Yeah.
What about-
I am very grateful that my parents never sat me down and had an awkward talk. I just went to school. We had sex ed classes, and I was very happy to not have to talk about it with my parents.
your dad never talked to you about sex?
No.
Did he talk to you about women?
Not really, no.
Really?
That's why I'm so slick with
Wow.
women now. That's
Oh yeah, you're so good with women. That must be why.
I can tell when I met you, actually.
My dad gave me the talk. My mom asked him to give me the talk, and the talk was that he took me in the car.
was the talk. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Basically, son of a bitch, Matt.
When you were 12 on Thanksgiving. Goodbye.
See you later, bitches. You know too much, Matt.
His dad.
Oh, my
Yeah.
dad left.
His dad
when I
left
was
on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. How
Yeah.
old were you?
I was 13,
13,
14,
Wow.
13, 14. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Matt loves bringing that up. It's the
I don't know why
best.
it makes me laugh so hard. It does.
It is
I don't
pretty
know.
funny. But he, we
I'm a bad person. That's
No,
why.
when it came time for him to do the talk, he my mom made him do it, and he gets me in the car, and we start driving, and this is the exact talk that he had. He went like this. He went, okay, here, I'll do it with Glazer.
Okay,
Glazer,
great. Am I you?
You're gonna be me. All you have to say is, I guess. That's
Okay.
all you have to say.
I
Ready?
can nail this.
Okay, ready? So I'm driving. This is my dad and we're driving in the car together. Ready? So son, your mom told me that I'm supposed to take you out so we can have this talk, and I mean I don't think that we should. I don't think I should have to talk to you about any of that stuff. I mean I mean she thinks She thinks I should be, but I don't think there's. I mean, you know, and God damn it, and you know, and she's you know about that stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Great, let's go get frozen yogurt.
Glazer, you had one line and you added an extra word.
Yeah,
Good job.
You blew it. One
punched
line,
it
you
up.
blew it.
You punched it up. Well done.
The line was, I guess.
Wow,
Not,
Dad.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, real sense of
Respect the
responsibility on that
writers,
one.
Glazer.
Yeah, respect the
You're
writer.
in the guild.
Come on, Glazer. That's so funny.
Let's talk about Victoria instead.
Victoria,
of
Yes.
did you do a lot of musical theater to start out in
I
your career?
did. Yeah,
How
I did.
so? How
early
so?
on. Well, I was dancing from age 2. Started really young, and
Oh,
then
wow.
I did song and dancing competitions, and then I did acting at 10, and then I got a scholarship to train in London at stage school. So after I graduated
Whoa.
at 19, I went to stage school in London and trained for 3 years. I have a
what's-
degree in musical theatre.
What?
Nice.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
yeah.
So do I. I have a musical theater degree as well
Oh my
from AMDA, from the AMDA, the
Wow.
musical theater conservatory.
So I went to arts educational schools in London.
Whoa.
I was there for 3 years, yeah.
That's incredible.
And then I did musicals in the West End before I came to
no, you
Hollywood.
did not. You did.
Oh,
what,
yeah.
What musicals did you do in the West End?
So my first job was Godspell,
of course.
and then I did a
God
new
save
musical.
the people.
Oh yeah, so good! I love that one.
It's a great musical.
Yeah, and then I did Brighton Rock, which was a new musical, book by Graham Greene, and lyrics by John Barry, who did all the Bond music, and
Oh.
Don Black wrote the lyrics.
Oh my God.
And that was Brighton Rock, directed by Michael Attenborough. He gave me my first professional job in the West
Holy
End.
shit.
wow.
And then I did the musical version of Alfie,
Oh my God.
and I did an opera, Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado.
Oh, great.
What?
I know,
Incredible.
crazy.
I love it.
And then I thought, I really want to do film. So then I did the Zombie Diaries,
Yeah.
and then I got all excited about film.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I only have to do it a couple times, and then I don't have to say the same thing over and over and over and over again.
I just wanted to be famous. That's
Okay.
it.
Fuck yeah. Get it. Fuck yes.
That's the
gonna be
first
really
honest
honest.
answer we've ever had to that kind of question.
Yeah.
Everyone's always like, no, I love the art of it. Whatever. I'm like, no.
Well, musical
sell
theater is so much fun, but being in this industry kind of ruins certain parts of it a little bit because, like I just went and saw Book of Mormon
Oh, yeah,
for
I've
the
seen
national
it.
tour, and it was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
But I was like, I have no real interest in. I mean, I don't know if it was on Broadway. To do a show on Broadway, sure. But like to be on a tour where you're performing the same show again and again and again and again, like that's rough, man. You gotta love that show.
It's really rough. And I was lucky that when I did my jobs in the musical theatre, my first few jobs were just a few months each. So I really got to know, this is really what it's like. Wow, I've wanted to do this my whole life, be the lead in a musical. And now I'm doing it. And I'm like 8 shows a week. I'm exhausted. I'm a bit bored. And I'm not getting paid very much. I'm on the underground every day. It's raining a lot. And I think I'll go to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood, like.
Yeah, and you,
Makes sense.
I mean, I met you when you were touring with the Stoop on Orchard Street.
I was touring.
And
with
how long did that tour last?
That tour lasted 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and
Wow.
we went all over Canada and all over the U.S., which I got to see a lot of the U.S. and perform in a lot of theaters in the U.S.
That's amazing.
I would never have gotten to do before.
Yeah.
My favorite theater in all of America is the Pabst Theater in Milwaukee. That's the fucking coolest theater. It's owned by the Pabst company, but Pabst Blue Ribbon, same company.
Okay.
And it is this gorgeous, like 4-story,
So they make
beautiful theater.
Great theaters and terrible beer.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
my kind of place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'll tell you what, you have a Pabst Blue Ribbon in Milwaukee. It tastes a hell of a lot different than it does here. It was same thing with Budweiser. The Budweiser and
Okay.
all the beer.
It's great when you go to St. Louis and you taste fresh Anheuser Parada.
Yeah, you're like, oh my
Well,
god.
the Budweiser we have here is made in the Valley.
Really?
Yeah, they have a plant right up there.
Oh, well, I don't know shit. So I guess
There's a plant over in Van Nuys because we had a Busch Gardens in
feels so
Southern
well.
California, and they replaced it with a beer plant in like the late 70s.
Why do you know that?
Because I'm from LA, so I know things. I don't know.
Just full of knowledge.
Sorry to
you have
attack.
such
I
a-
just got
you have
like
such
so
a-
sensitive.
Almost every day, you could ask me that question 40 times, and it would make sense. And, why do you know that?
Why do you
I don't know. I just do.
If you ever go to trivia, this is your guy.
Take him
for,
with you.
for like pub trivia, no
Yeah.
doubt.
That's true.
There's trivia on La Brea at the Cat and Fiddle on Tuesday nights.
Let's
Whoa.
go.
I'm going to take you. You
Take-
guys want to go?
Yes,
I've
I
never
do.
done it.
We could be a
So
group.
smart.
I do want to
Yeah.
go.
I've never done it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
There you
knows.
go. It's
He
a
knows
date.
everything.
When I was in college, we had.
It's frustrating.
When I was at Carnegie Mellon,
Yeah.
I was at a nerd school, Carnegie Mellon. We had a trivia contest. I think it was my sophomore year, and you could have a team of 4 people, and I couldn't find 3 other people to want to do it. It was just me and my roommate. So we went and we did it together, and we finished second against all these teams of 4 people at Carnegie Mellon because I just knew a bunch
Wow.
of
Holy
garbage.
fuck.
You really do know a bunch of
It's
garbage.
Yeah.
a bunch of
Amazing.
useless info. Like, when does it pay to know that there was a Busch Gardens in Southern California that's
Look,
replaced
if-
by a plant?
I feel like
When
if,
you're drinking beers and trying to
If I-
win a game.
I feel like if this was Star Trek, you would be the computer. That's how I always feel about you. And the computer would sometimes be like, "You spelled your wrong." Like, damn it, YOU''RE. Son of a bitch.
So true.
Every time.
So true.
So you get into film, Victoria.
Yes.
You make the leap.
So where was that filmed? The first one, the zombie movie.
It was filmed just outside of London in the countryside, not near where I was, somewhere else. I just remember it was a couple of hours drive from my house. And my mum was saying, "Victoria, why are you doing this film? They're not paying you anything," because I was literally not paid for that
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
wow.
I got back end. And that was good.
Really?
Because
yes.
it got released out on Dimension here in the States. And I got a paycheck.
That's like the opposite of every story
Yeah.
ever, where
That's
people get like a little
brilliant.
bit of money up front, and then they like on the back end, they're like, it makes $1 billion, and you see none of it. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? On that stupid 41-year-old virgin movie
Yeah.
that I did like a billion years
Yeah.
ago. That was it's a garbage movie.
Yeah.
I made $2,000 doing that movie, and I've made like 10 times that in SAG residuals.
Do you hear that, IRS? He's made.
Hey, no! Shut up! Don't you say I will murder you. Okay, so but it's here when you look at your career on the IMDb's, you go from doing Zombie Diaries to doing Dracula Reborn,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Which is looks like it's in the realm of like a B horror film kind of. Is it like kind of like a? Is that kind of in the realm? What are we talking about?
I don't think it was even SAG.
Yeah.
I got here and that was just a movie that I got the lead role in. So I thought, well, I better do it. Because I wanted to get as much movie experience as possible because I really
100%.
hadn't had a lot behind the camera, really. I mean, I was musical theatre and I had to act small, you know. So
Yeah.
now I'm
And you
real
kept
good.
like singing all your lines and had to break that.
Yeah, that was the problem, actually. And they
Yeah.
were like, no, you don't sing
They're
at
like,
this
yeah.
part. You're supposed to speak.
I can read a review for the movie.
So when you first started, was
do you
it
want
like
to hear a review for the movie?
Which one? Dracula Reborn?
For Dracula
Oh,
Reborn.
God. Okay.
I'll read one of the reviews. You ready? Here we go. All right. I'm gonna be. There's a. How about there's a lot of different ratings. Here we go. The title of this one is because here's the thing is we can make jokes about this because you have also done fucking amazing movies,
Huge films.
huge films.
Huge
But here we go. You ready? This one. The title of this review is Dracula Stillborn. Warning, spoilers.
Uh-oh.
The lackluster Would you read this? You read this, Victoria.
In
It's
your voice, it
much
just
better.
sounds better.
Please.
Yeah.
It's gonna. You have such a nice voice.
This lackluster contemporary adaptation of Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula suffers from low-budget constraints, colourless direction, and amateurish performances.
Son of a bitch!
Writer and director Patrick McManus, who, by the way, on the release of the film, changed his name to Patrick McManus for all of the promo.
Oh, really?
What?
That's not his name.
Oh.
Has certainly read the vintage 1897 novel, but he generates few palatable thrills and chills with a surefire material. A huge part of the problem is the absence of Gothic characteristics, and the way that McManus has staged everything is such a straightforward fashion. This goes on a while.
Oh, forget it.
I mean, but that's the gist of it. Jesus, it's really long, and I've never read that.
Wow.
Thank God.
To be fair, Matt Walker was in a movie called
Tears of a Clown?
Tears of a Clown.
The worst film I've ever seen.
Because if we're doing this, we have to go. We have to go.
I know a
hard.
review of yours I want to repeat. My favorite.
Wait, hang on. What's?
It's when you got that review from, was it Chicago Sun-Times or the Tribune? Because there was a review of the musical he was touring with, and they had a whole rundown of the whole thing and whatever, and they got to his character. They just said, Stephen Glickman is loud.
That is 100% true.
Wow.
He used to have a hat that said Stephen Glickman is loud, and
I
it was like
did.
Chicago Tribune or whatever, like with the quote on there.
I've made some mistakes.
Yeah.
That hat is not one of them.
No,
It's
that's
good.
a good hat.
Yeah.
That's a good hat. So here's where it gets so interesting to me. You do this movie Dracula Reborn in 2000. You do this movie Dracula Reborn in 2012, which is like a fucking who cares movie.
Yep.
The next movie is Saving Mr. Banks.
Yep.
With Tom Hanks and
That's a pretty big step
Was
up.
that the next
Thompson.
movie? No,
On IMDb,
it
at
wasn't.
least.
I mean, not on IMDb, but not what I filmed. But that's okay.
What did you film next?
Um,
Was it How Sweet It Is?
It was Dracula 2.
No,
right?
it was How
It's the
Sweet
sequel.
It Is. I did How Sweet It Is with Joe Piscopo, Paul. Yeah, that was my first SAG proper real movie that I think I got my SAG card on that movie.
Now that's a legit movie. That's
Paul Sorvino?
Paul Sorvino.
And that was
been
a
on our
musical.
He's
I
been on our
sang in it.
podcast. You sang in
I
that?
sung in it, yes.
Wow.
You guys
and
not
Erica
seen it?
Christensen.
Oh, I love her.
And lots
Love
of
her.
wonderful
Paul
people.
Sorvino made us dinner and then sang opera for us on our
And
podcast.
I went out to dinner with Paul Sorvino, and we sung My Fair Lady together in the
Oh.
Ivy on
No
the shore in
way.
Santa Monica. He's very fun. I
Awesome.
like him a lot.
What a
Great singing voice. Great.
That
singing
was
voice.
Paul Hertzlinger's movie, who also did
Brian Herzlinger's.
Brian
Yeah.
Herz,
Yeah.
Brian Herzlinger's. He's the guy who did My Date with Drew Barrymore,
Yes.
which was a fucking hilarious movie.
And
if you
he's
really
a
get to see it.
sweetheart.
Yeah,
Love
so
him.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool. So what did you sing in the movie?
I sung a couple of times, but I sung the finale, and I had a couple of other songs. Yeah.
Now, as a musical theater person that loves musical theater, is there a musical that you have not done that you've wanted to do? Like, have you done My Fair Lady?
No, I would love to do My Fair Lady. I also love to do Chicago. I always fancy myself, with my legs in the air in my fishnet.
Oh, you would
know what I
kill.
mean?
You would kill. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, if you're listening out there.
Who do you want to be in Chicago?
Roxy Hart.
What's a Roxy Hart song? What's one of her songs?
Happy Birthday.
You put me on the
National
spot here.
Anthem.
Roxy Hart. That's one of her songs.
Let me see.
Amazing Grace, I think, is in that.
Oh my God, what's in that? Here,
Wasn't
we're
it
gonna look.
Edelweiss?
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
It's
Roxy Hart. Ba-da, ba-da-da, dum,
Boom.
dum.
ba-dum, bum, ba-da.
That's what I'm remembering right now.
Da,
You know.
da, 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 da.
Roxy Hart.
So to get this movie with Paul Sorvino and Joe Piscopo, that's a SAG movie. Like, how did that
Here,
happen?
wait.
I auditioned.
Like, was it just like?
I
I mean,
did
did
a
you have
good
an
audition.
Did you have an agent when you came to LA? Or? Okay.
Well, I got an agent. Got an
Here-
agent.
Here's some lyrics.
Here's some lyrics. The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Roxy. The lady raking in the chips is gonna be Roxy. I'm gonna be a celebrity. That means somebody everyone knows. Yeah. They're gonna recognize my eyes, my hair, my teeth, my boobs, my nose. Ooh, There you go, boys.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, it's
Thank you very
been a
much.
great podcast. Thanks a lot. We're done. It doesn't get better than that.
Excellent.
My God.
Yeah.
Too good. Too good.
Well, you just got the lead.
Yep. Now you're the lead in the
Nighttime Show podcast.
In the Nighttime Show podcast. You got the part. So you do How Sweet It Is, and then you jump into playing Julie Andrews in the film Saving Mr. Banks.
No, because I did another movie before that.
What?
So let's talk
What did
about
you do?
how she got these parts, because I'm confused.
I
Like,
got an agent. I got someone to sign me. I don't know how. Yeah.
Was it something that like?
Well, I
you
was
got
trained.
set up?
I mean, I had
You're
training.
a trained actress,
And I'd done Dracula Reborn. I'd filmed it.
right.
That was massive.
but like, did you know people out here?
Did you know people in LA, or did you just kind of come out and say?
No,
like,
I just
we're
came
gonna-
out with a couple of suitcases, and I thought, will anyone take me?
Wow,
Wow.
And they
Anybody?
did.
that's amazing.
And
that's
how
incredible.
long until they did?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
It was a long time. It took me a long time. I started coming out here in 2007, just on and off, and I had to get a green card. Well, I had to get a visa first,
Yeah.
then a green card. So I didn't really settle down here till 2012. And then I think 2010, I did one film here, which was Dracula Reborn. Yeah, and then I did How Sweet It Is. And then I did this movie, this sci-fi movie with Casper Van Dien.
Oh,
What?
love Casper.
Friend of
One
the
of
show.
our best friends.
Rat Apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's on there.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
cool.
He's,
And I-
Oh, Rat Apocalypse. Yeah,
Yes.
he's a very good friend of ours.
Yeah.
I
he's
love
done our show.
Casper.
He's done our live show. He's been
He's
around
so
for a lot
funny.
of stuff.
He
Yeah.
was great. We had a great time. But actually, I think I just filmed Saving Mr. Banks, and then I did the one with Casper.
Oh my god.
Literally, like a couple of months later.
Um,
I'm really racking up the credits, huh?
Good.
Yes.
Especially with
You're
this.
killing it.
You're the lead in a new one.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
talk about it if you can't.
Exactly.
Hey, just in case you guys want to check out this movie, Rat Apocalypse, which stars Casper Van Dien and Victoria Summer, two of our nearest and dearest. The plot line of Rat Apocalypse. Here we go. Can you make some like scary music? American senator delivers a speech to the Russian parliament warning that corruption would turn them into rats. His prediction becomes reality. This summer, Rat Apocalypse.
And I play a Russian American blonde.
Do you do a
Really?
Russian accent?
Well, I did for the film, yeah.
Can
It's
we
like
hear your
Russian
Russian-
American. I'm terrible. I don't even know how I did that movie.
Come on. Give us
don't-
just a little bit.
My name was Paulina. I can't even do it anymore. I just sound like an idiot. I honestly, this was a
That's why
very
we
long
want you to
time
do
ago, and it's a movie that I have forgotten about. Quite frankly,
It's just
I forgot.
it's just you doing.
Was
doing,
I in that? But I do want to tell you something.
There is a mission about the Russian politics. Casper Van Dien, there is a mission about the politics.
You should have been in it. Where were
that
you? Where
would've
were
been
you?
good.
No, but I do want to tell you something. I did go into the studio in 2011 and record 2 songs, and one of the songs called Truth Hurts is now the soundtrack to that film, and I sung it live on set in the movie. And then and then the credits roll to my song Truth Hurts.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I mean, I'm just saying, I co-wrote that song with this guy called Jay Angel from Rock Nation, who's like the most amazing songwriter. Like he writes for Rihanna and Beyonce. Like ridiculous.
God.
real
I know, yeah, it's real time. That's real time. So anyway, I co-wrote that song with him, and then it went into that film.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
You're such a talent. I mean, like I think you're like you keep popping up and doing great roles in different movies and different projects and different things. Like you're gonna just we're gonna have to like beg you to come back and do another episode of something at some point. Like it's so you have such a fucking great personality. People
Thank you.
people love you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
You and I met actually at one of the worst things in history, I believe.
Yeah, it was just really an amazing night. We were just holding each other's hands like, we can get through this.
We really confided in each
Serious.
other. We sat next to each other at it was an award show. I won't say the name of it, but it was an award show where there were 40 awards given out
That's a lot of-
to different stars and celebrities, none of them which showed up.
Sure.
So there were 40 awards given to nobody. So everyone who presented an award would say at the end of the thing, they'd say, I accept the award on
on behalf.
On behalf of Steven Spielberg. And you're like, why the fuck are you doing this?
And
Like,
my speech
why is
was,
this happening?
Emma Watson was supposed to be here, but she has been delayed on set in England.
Yeah. And then I got an old man, some old man that was there. I got his nurse to pretend that she was. You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
I got this
now.
little Hispanic lady to pretend that she was Harrison Ford's niece because I had to give an award to Harrison Ford. So I was like, you just go up and say you're like Lupita Ford, you're his niece, and she was like, okay. And so I went up and I was like, here to accept Harrison Ford's award, his niece Lupita Ford. And the whole audience applauded. It was the first person to actually be there to get an award,
stage.
and she took the award and she went.
My uncle is a good man.
It was fucking wonderful. But the whole night was such a fucking garbage fire.
Boy.
Oh, and it was hosted by Mickey Rooney's son, who is the worst person I've ever seen on stage in my life. Like, just a living...
Mickey Rooney's son has to be 90 at this point.
He was doing stuff like... He would go, okay, here to present the award for Best Actress in a movie about wizards. You know her. She was in Forgetting Mr. Banks, Saving Mr. Hanks. She was in a movie called Saving Mr. Hanks with Tom Banks, and I never met Tom Hanks, but I did meet Marilyn Monroe because she was friends with my dad. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Summer. You go, what the fuck just happened? We were all yelling at the stage. What just happened? Why is this happening? Like, it was so bad. Paul Sorvino was there.
Yes, he was,
who
and he
worked with-
walked out.
Yeah, he was like, fuck this. Right in the
Literally.
middle, just got up and was like, fuck this.
I think it was
and
like
walked out.
literally
so
after
good.
the first person went up. I think he just knew what was in for him, and he just left.
He's
Yeah.
like, nope,
No.
nope,
Bye.
out. But,
That's Hollywood experience.
can I tell you? Can I
go
tell
get a
you-
sandwich.
I've
and
had
juice.
it. I've had a lot of Hollywood.
Like he knew,
Let
like
me tell you, boys.
like his experience where like he knew
Stretch it out.
going in. He's like, forget, I'm out. Like he could recognize it, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why.
he knows.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
My look, I don't want to lay on this forever, but my favorite moment was when they said we have an award. It's for best supporting actor in a comedy series, and the award goes to Jim Parsons for The Big Bang Theory. Let's watch a clip, and then they played a clip of Jim Parsons and what's his name,
Johnny Galecki?
Johnny Galecki doing a scene, just the two of them alone doing a scene. And they go, sir, Jim Parsons is not here to accept the award. We accept it on behalf. Right. Then they go, here to, and then award for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Mayim Bialik for The Big Bang Theory. Let's watch a clip. And they showed the same clip.
That she's not even in
That
it.
she's not in. And then they were like, and then the Best Dramatic Actress in a TV series went to the lead lady on Westworld.
Okay.
That girl. And they were like, let's watch a clip. And they showed The Big Bang Theory. and then I just started laughing, and then everyone was getting mad at me. And Victoria was so nice. You sat there. You were so sweet. And it was you and me and Sophia Milos.
Yeah, Sophia
By the way.
Milos was next to me on the other side. Yeah. Yeah.
Who is also a gorgeous woman.
And this
Yeah,
was
she's
the
lovely.
award show
So
was
cool.
at a
Such a
high
nice
school
lady.
and ran by.
No, it was a very, very fancy place,
In
too.
Beverly Hills.
In Beverly
In
Hills.
the hills.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a gorgeous, gorgeous location.
I saw Down and Out in Beverly Hills. I know it's not all.
Put it all down
fancy
to
stuff.
experience. That's it.
God. Hey, I know we got a lot of artists and a lot of musicians that listen to the Nighttime Show and have been on the Nighttime Show, but I'll tell you what a lot of them are missing. They're missing merch, okay? And it is very easy to have an amazing merch store with Artist Shops by Threadless. Just add your art to hundreds of clothing, accessories, and home decor items in just minutes. Plus, it's fully customizable so you can make your shop totally unique to your style. But the best part is, here's the best part, it's 100% free to sign up. Zero minimums, zero monthly fees. You even set your own prices so you can control how much money goes into your pocket. And with millions of dollars paid to artists to date, there is a lot of moolah to be made, okay? Artists, designers, podcasters, free up all the time that you'd be spending at the post office, shipping, dealing with customer service, and put it towards what you love, being creative, okay? Threadless takes care of the rest of it. And with 100,000 shop owners and 4 million users, just join the party. Head to artistshops.com/SKG to sign up right now. That's artistshops.com/SKG to sign up right now. Also, the Nighttime Show partnered with Threadless, so we have something amazing. You need to go check it out. We got mugs, shower curtains, T-shirts, sweaters, anything you can imagine. We have it for sale, Nighttime Show style. Go check it out. It's thenighttimeshow.threadless.com. That's thenighttimeshow.threadless.com, and check out our store with all of our cool stuff. It's so awesome. Let's get back to the show. What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you since you've been here in
That's
town?
one of the weirdest things.
That's up there, right?
Yeah, that's really up there. Yeah, I've been to some really weird parties where I've literally walked in and been like, walked out again.
Oh, you didn't stay? Oh, I would stay. I would stay and lean in hard.
Really?
Glazer enjoys bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, go for it.
I mean, I thought character study that would be amazing in terms of acting work, just to talk to these individuals. But the trouble is that they're showing themselves to be one thing, but they have a mask on, but the mask is sort of real. That's what they do all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
And the mask is like, and it's like not a good mask. It's kind of fucked up. Sometimes it's an actual mask. Yeah. Like their face is pulled back and they're in these horrible, horrible dresses, and you're just like, what do you do? Why are you here? Or they're dressed so fucking crazy that it's like, because here's the thing is, if you go...
Because Stephen Glickman is one to talk about people dressing fucking crazy.
Well, but if
This is what
if
I'm
the
talking-
weird
that's
thing is not that their nose is also bleeding, then like if they
Right.
don't even notice that.
Well,
come on.
Here's the thing is about wearing really crazy stuff. And Victoria, you can totally side with me on this. If you wear something that is super dramatic and strange looking, and you wear it to like the HBO Grammy party, everyone assumes you're wearing couture at the thing, that you're wearing like the most, like something that they assumed you were wearing something that was given to you by the designer that was right off the runway, right? But if you wear that outfit to like someone's backyard, party for like a bad Oscar viewing party, like some bullshit bad event where everyone looks like dog shit, like everyone just assumes you're another crazy person that's at the party. Like, it's very weird, and that's why I have to be very careful with my suits, because I have like 10 different color suits, and if I wear like a bright neon blue suit to like a shitty party, then I'm just another shitty person at the party. But if I wear the same suit to like a Grammy party where it's very, very fancy,
it's amazing.
Everyone goes, where did you get this? They go, is that Tom Ford?
Right.
That for you. It's very weird.
I get it.
It's
Yeah.
very. I mean, it's like the most Hollywood. This is the most Hollywood type of conversation I think we've ever had. But it is very true, though, that those parties are so fucking weird.
They're so weird.
They feel gross.
You don't like
when you walk in, you go, oh, no.
You know what it feels like?
Oh, I'm picturing. Okay.
So uncomfortable.
Have you ever been to a party where it was raining outside and they left the desserts out in the rain?
No.
And then everyone's still eating them even though they're wet. That is what I'm talking about. I've been to
That's
those
so
parties
fucking crazy.
where there's people with like Jell-O that's been rained on, or like cake that's been rained on at like a party, or they have TV screens showing like the Oscars, but all the TV screens keep cutting out and the color sync is off. It feels like that, where you're like, oh, get me out of here. It just feels gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
Ah!
I don't get the whole thing of like going to a party where people dress up in tuxedos to watch the Oscars on TV. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to watch it on TV,
That's thirsty.
watch it on TV.
Yeah, thirsty
but like,
is the correct term.
like, I don't put on a tuxedo to watch it in my living room when I watch it on TV. Like, I didn't do that.
I always put on a wetsuit when I watch Discovery. Why not?
I don't want to see you watching Naked and Afraid, Mike. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, because
This year for the Oscars is the only time I've ever been to an Oscar viewing party where I was like, oh, this is Like really,
Like a
really,
fancy
really,
one.
like a fancy one. I've never been to a fancy one before, and the reason this one was fancy is it was hosted by Jamie Foxx on stage in front of us.
That's crazy.
There were
dude.
only 200 people in the room.
That's when Katy Perry was at.
And then Katy Perry got up and did 10 songs on stage.
Holy
That's
fuck, that's
amazing.
cool.
Why
And
didn't
that-
you invite me?
Yeah.
I should
Come
have.
on, we're friends,
Yeah.
right?
God,
Wow.
what's the matter with me?
Cat and the fiddle off the table.
Off the table.
You're off the trivia team.
But that's the only time I've ever even seen what that could look like for
Yeah.
it to be fancy. No, most of the time it's
and you only got to go to that
garbage
one
fire.
because you knew some celebrities. Like
No, it's because of Eric Peterkovsky.
yeah, but I'm saying like he needed some people, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, the most famous person I know. Here's their number.
Right.
And he called them. He's like, oh, you can come too. It was
Yeah.
one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you
He
rather just be
he
at
passed
home?
on 90%
What's that?
of the people I sent
Yeah.
him.
Would you rather just be at home watching something?
Some years, I've been to some of these viewing parties, and sometimes I just want to be. I love being home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cozy
Yes.
on the couch.
Have you ever gone to one of those events?
Yeah, I've been to the viewing parties. Yeah,
Like them? Have you gone to like the actual ceremonies for any of
Nope,
those?
and I won't go. Even
Cool.
if I'm invited, I will
Power
not go
move.
to. I will not go to Elton John's party. I'm a huge Elton John fan, the biggest. I met him in Craig's in Hollywood, and he came up. Somehow he thought he knew me, and he came up and kissed me on the cheek, and I nearly died. I nearly died.
I mean, it's
I
not
mean-
I
He
mean,
is
that was
very
the last thing
poisonous.
on his bucket list.
He's
maybe
very
it was
poisonous.
that.
It's
I
I
was
finally met
bumbling.
Victoria.
Yeah. It's very
It's embarrassing.
It's so hard to have a conversation with someone like that that you like
God.
that you love that much.
Yeah, and I can't go to his party unless I really feel like I've done something that's real in
I
Hollywood.
get that. I get that.
You don't feel like you've done what you set out to do?
No.
The-
I have big goals, big
Good.
dreams. I'm just like, Hollywood for me has been.
That is a slow,
Slow
It's a slow elevator.
slow elevator.
Yeah.
But you're doing it. I
Or
mean, you're-
escalator,
Well,
I think.
what is it?
more.
Is it an Oscar? What's the where's
Oh,
the-
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to get an Oscar. I want to get a Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get an EGOT.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you're so fucking talented.
Thank you.
I have no doubt it'll happen for you.
I'm in
Yeah.
good company here.
Hey, well,
Come on, boys.
absolutely. We can let's just put on Chicago.
Right? We could just do it on the pool table.
Absolutely,
Just do it.
absolutely.
I got my heels
You've got
on.
fishnets, don't you, Stephen?
Of course I do. I can play Mama Morton. I would be a terrific Mama Morton.
Yeah. So okay, so you do Saving Mr. Banks.
Okay, yeah, we didn't even get into saving
didn't talk
Mr.
about
Banks.
So
So how do you get cast to play Julie Andrews?
It's so weird. I'm glad we're talking about it because it is interesting because basically they told me that they flicked through thousands of pictures on LA casting and they thought that I looked the most like Julie Andrews. This is what they told me when I got on set, when I was talking to the makeup artist, and that's what they said. That's it. My pictures were on LA casting because I do commercials, modeling and stuff like that. That's how they found me. And I was number one on the list. And they were like, "Do you want to do it? Are you available?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I'll clear my schedule.
So then I had to go on set to meet the director because they weren't gonna say yes to me unless I went in, met them, and they liked me and everything. But it was fine. I went up on set at the Huntington Library where they were filming, and I met the director, John Lee Hancock, and the makeup people because the whole wig thing was a deal because they had to cut the wig on my head, and then I was wearing her gown, and it was a whole thing. So, but it was the most amazing, surreal experience to recreate the premiere of Mary Poppins at that theater on Hollywood Boulevard with all these there was penguins, they had all these it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
People dressed up. It was crazy. They put all the cherry blossom out. I just remember thinking, what the hell? Emma Thompson was there. She's the nicest person in the whole world. I walked into her makeup trailer on the first day of getting onto set, and she goes to me, "Hello, Victoria. Welcome to set." And she knew my name. And it's Emma Thompson.
Oh my God!
I mean,
That must have
she
been
was
mind blowing.
It really was. And then there was Tom Hanks that when I stepped out of the makeup trailer, all dressed up I was about to walk onto set. He was about to walk on set. We were about to do the scene. Hadn't met him. He's totally in character as Walt Disney. And he goes to me, I'm walking out, and he comes up behind me and goes, "Hey, Julie!" I'm like, and it was Tom Hanks.
Whoa.
What do you say to that? I had to be Julie and say, "Hello, very nice to meet you, Walt."
Wow.
Wow.
What the hell?
It must have been mind blowing. That must have been crazy.
I mean, I watched Forrest Gump when I was, 12. I mean,
Yeah. It's
What a
weird when you see
dream.
someone and you're like, well, you're a real person.
yeah,
You're real.
it was just so surreal to me. I didn't know what to say to him. I was totally dumbstruck. It was just, I will never forget it. It was such an experience.
That's amazing. What an amazing experience.
Just like, hey man, bosom buddies. Good job.
Yeah, right.
Good
Fist
job.
pound.
Splash.
That's amazing.
What a fucking bizarre, amazing experience though.
Yeah.
To like end up on a set like that, and then you just have to readjust your mind to dealing with like, all right, well now we're here. Now this is what we're doing. We're gonna work with Tom Hanks. We're gonna work with Emma Thompson. We're gonna have this big experience, and then you have to go home after you finish.
Back to my
That's-
guest house in Hancock Park.
Oh my god.
I was living in like a studio and get in a studio place at the back of this huge house in Hancock Park, and
That's
it was tiny.
awesome, though. I love little guest house at the back of Hancock Park.
Yeah.
That is a pretty fucking nice way to go.
Yeah, it was really.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
amazing experience.
Wowzers. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel like an impact from that in your in your career, like right away? Like, how did you how did that affect your career?
It's really funny because that is the one role that everybody thinks. They think Victoria Summer, they think Saving Mr. Banks, and it's really a very small role. It's just funny that really was my big break in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it just came from, they saw your picture on LA Casting, and
That's
then
it.
they're like, that's
I mean,
her.
I have auditioned for roles and got them, by
Sure,
the way.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. No,
Yeah,
and
no,
obviously.
But that
Yeah.
one was, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Big shout out to LA Casting. Jeez.
Yeah, and what's the name of the casting company? God, I'm so bad that I'm going to forget this. I
Was
really
it
wanna-
Breakdown Express?
Bill. Damn it, I really wanted to mention him because it's just
Hold
really
on,
funny.
I'll look up the casting director on IMDb.
Yeah, if you could. Thanks.
That's so cool. Now, what about Transformers?
Yeah, I booked Transformers shortly after I filmed Saving Mr. Banks.
Did you
Oh, no.
audition for that one?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
That audition was something because I was so nervous because flipping Michael Bay. I've always wanted to work with him since I saw Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale. I'm in love with her.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my
By the way-
God, she's my girl crush.
How is it that she's still so good looking? For
what are you
she
kidding
hasn't
me?
aged in 20 years. It's amazing.
She's a beautiful woman.
Whatever
She's
she's
just
doing,
gorgeous.
everyone should do. 'Cause
she's also just really funny.
I was
Yeah.
surprised at how small
Hilarious.
she was when we met her that one time, because we went to the Underworld something premiere, one of those movies. We went to the premiere of it.
Yeah.
We met her at the party afterwards, and she's tiny.
Yeah, she's a really smart girl.
Yeah.
She's done great roles. She's
Very, very
She's
talented.
always on point. She's
She
amazing.
dated a friend of ours, a comedian friend of ours. Named Matt.
Was it Bill Dance?
Yes, it was Bill Dance. Thank
Oh,
you very
wow.
much.
I know who that is.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Great
he
guy.
cast me.
Wow.
Bill Dance. Thanks, Bill.
Well, yeah. So then,
Well,
you
it was
get
Bill,
to go.
Bill,
You get to
Bill.
go and work with Michael Bay. What is he like as a person to work with? You gotta.
I have to dish the dirt.
dish it.
I love him.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he like?
He is hardcore discipline. He runs his sets like a tight ship. And I have a lot of respect for that. Everyone's scared of him. He doesn't mind that. People hide behind walls, behind desks, behind chairs to get out of the way just so that they won't be told.
Yeah.
Get out my way. You know?
Oh my
But,
god!
hey.
Wow.
Yeah, like he's sort of known for being
He's
like a
tough.
dictator on set, right?
Yeah, but people are on their A game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I like him a lot. And I want to do more work with him.
Yeah, his movies always fucking kill.
That's what I
Can
was
we
like.
just talk about Pain and Gain for a minute?
that. Okay, that's a
What-
that is a perfect movie.
It's a brilliant movie.
Did you
It's
see that
totally
movie?
I
brilliant.
didn't see it.
You didn't see Pain and Gain?
I did not.
Dude, it's so fucking
So
great.
good.
It's Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
And
Who, by the way, sweetheart, love Mark Wahlberg
how do you know Mark Wahlberg?
from Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
You
Of course.
know,
That's the post-Shia era of Transformers.
Yeah, Pain and Gain was so fucking cool, and it was like it was like a different side of Mark Wahlberg that we hadn't really seen yet.
Yeah.
It's a 3 bodyguards from Florida get caught up in an extortion ring and a kidnapping scheme, and it goes wrong. And the 3 bodyguards were Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne Johnson, and Anthony Mackie, and then the guy that they kidnap is Tony Shalhoub.
Okay.
And it's
Great
just
cast.
fun, so much fun to watch. Christopher Marcus wrote it, who went on to write Captain America. I mean, he's written so much stuff for Marvel, but it just feels like a much bigger movie than what it actually is, because it's a story. Because there was a movie that I loved that I watched. I've seen it like 3 times already. That Zach Galifianakis is in. Hang on. Now I'm forgetting the name of the movie because I'm a real asshole.
It's a very memorable film.
Yes. It was like a movie that it's called Masterminds. Which
okay.
Same kind of movie where it's like a couple bumbling people try to rob a bank and it doesn't work and they get screwed over. Right. That movie was made like an indie movie. Like it's like the indie version of Pain and Gain. Like Pain and Gain is like
the big budget,
a big budget
you got
movie for
$80 million in
something-
salaries on that film.
Right, but that movie did not need to be made for $200 million. Like it could have been an indie movie.
Could have done for 20.
Right, but Michael Bay shoots that movie like he's shooting, fucking Armageddon, and you're like, Jesus Christ! The whole way through it just feels so exciting and fun to watch. You should definitely see it. If you haven't.
It's funny hearing like about Michael Bay and him being like a real dictator and stuff. Because I remember reading Sidney Lumet's book on making movies, and he talked about how one of the first things he would do to make sure everybody's on their toes the whole time is he would pick whatever the easiest shot in the whole script was, and he would set that up to be the first shot. They'd shoot it one time. He was like, all right, that's a wrap. Let's move. And that way everybody always knows like they don't get 1 or 2 free takes before they have to bring it. So he would just pick a shot of like somebody walking into a building and then shoot that one time. He's like, all right, we're using that take, and then move on, just to really put it in the brains of everybody working on the film that they really have to be on their game from day one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very smart move.
And that's why he's made brilliant movies.
Yeah, but when the clock's ticking on a Transformers set,
Oh,
that's money.
So much money.
That's money.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a oof. That's
So-
a
Huge
big
money
movie.
on that film.
Yeah.
That must have been so much fun.
It was
Those
amazing.
dinosaurs
it was
make a
amazing.
shitload of movie.
I was on
Shitload of
set for 3 weeks. I had a week in Detroit, 2 weeks in Chicago, and it was just one of
So
the best
You were
experiences.
Stanley Tucci's
assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, was there a lot of green screen work for you on that? Like, how does all that happen?
No, we were in buildings and around Chicago and in Detroit. Yeah, we were doing it.
Yeah, they do stuff on those movies. He's notorious for taking a building that is and going, hey, we're gonna blow out the entire front of your actual building,
Yeah.
Yep.
and we'll just pay for the
We'll just pay to
damages.
replace it.
Yeah, you will just really replace it, or we'll build a
new
new
building.
section of a building to blow it up in this scene.
And that
Like,
was what I got to
fucking
when I
amazing.
arrived in Detroit. They built all these huge, massive sets that looked like China, and it was just unbelievable. So that was all sets when I was in Detroit, and then when we were in Chicago, we were in these big buildings that they just bought out for the whole filming.
Wow,
Yeah, incredible experience.
Yeah, I mean, so
amazing.
was that before or after the Rat Apocalypse movie?
Rat Apocalypse was before Transformers.
Okay, so like you went from Rat Apocalypse, which was made for...
I went Saving Mr. Banks, Rat Apocalypse, Transformers, I
So
think.
yeah, so you went from a movie that was made for like no money, just about, right? Rat
Yeah.
Apocalypse was probably like $1 million total, to a movie that was made for like $150 million. And like the difference in the way they do the effects on there is just night and day. It's like a whole different thing.
What's
Yeah.
the difference in here's a good one. Like in the difference between being on set, like when it comes to like having a trailer, having craft service, lunch, things like this, between being on a set like Pterodactyl
Yeah.
or being on Transformers. What's the difference in what
He wants
it's
to know
like
about craft
being-
service. That's
I
what
want
he
to know
wants
about craft service. What's the difference in the craft service or in the lunch? What's the difference in what you have to deal with?
Lunch is you want to know what lunch is like on, say, Pterodactyl? I think I just ate a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was some drinks out and stuff. Like maybe there was some Coke.
But
For American listeners, those are potato chips.
So potato chips, potato chips and a Coke on a set like Pterodactyl.
Yeah. And I was, by the way, on set for Pterodactyl for, I think, half a day.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I had one scene in that. It was a long scene, so maybe it was like it was a day. I was on set for a day.
Well,
And then Transformers, you're there for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I have my own trailer.
Wow.
Not my own whole trailer,
Yeah.
but I've got my own room in a trailer.
Yeah.
And it's very much like, hurry up and wait. Yep, you're going to go on. And then we don't go on. And we're all ready. We're not outfits and we don't go on. And
you
then
don't go on,
we're
but you still get paid for the day.
Well, we got bought out for 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
The hot chicks they wanted us 3 weeks. They just wanted our time. So they bought us out.
That's fucking great.
And then,
Did they
I
put
got
you up? Did you get put up?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you stay?
Hard Rock Hotel.
Nice.
And then
Come on.
Stanley Tucci and Michael, they were all at the Trump Hotel in
Right.
Chicago. Yeah, it was an amazing. What can I tell you?
So then, are
It
your
was
residuals
amazing.
based on you working 3 weeks, or are they based on just what was filmed, or how does that work?
Residuals are always based on the lines in the movie
Okay.
of
Yeah.
how much you actually get. So, but that was
How
the
much
first
screen
movie
time?
that was the first movie I got residuals on, and I'm still getting residuals.
Yeah, you'll get
From
residuals on that for
Transformers
20
4.
years. That's not stopping airing on cable
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's a big movie. What about Game of Aces?
Game of Aces, what a movie. Boy, oh my goodness. I didn't audition for that. I did not audition. I met with the director, the casting director, Fern Champion. Shout out to Fern. Love you, Fern Champion.
Nice.
She cast me also in Rat Apocalypse opposite Casper Van Dien.
This one you were opposite Chris Klein.
Exactly.
Love him.
Game of Aces, yeah. So I had to, it was such a rush for me because they had another girl who was German who was going to play the British nurse in Game of Aces. And she wanted to go home for Christmas and didn't do the movie. And I got pulled in by Fern. She's like, she calls me up and it's like just before Christmas. I think it's like the 23rd of December. And I was going to go home to England. And I remember being outside Equinox, about to go to work out, and I get this call, and she's like, I need you to read this script, and then I need you to meet the director. So I go home immediately, read the script, go and meet the director in Larchmont, and they just gave me the role right there on the spot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was, I remember Christmas Day, I was at the dialect coach's house in Malibu learning German because I had to do 7 scenes in German. And then I was on
shit.
set December 31st. I
So you learned German in a week?
Yeah, I learned German in a week
Wow.
for that movie. It was crazy.
Whoa.
Because I play a British nurse, but I'm going to give it to you, but
Please.
I turn out to be a German assassin.
What?
You see, so I'm actually German. I got to be a real German.
Oh.
So boy, I mean, 17. And I was acting my scenes with Werner Dane, who's one of the biggest German actors. He played Valkyrie with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
You remember
course.
his
I know
face, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I know
He's
that
such a
face.
great actor. Love Werner.
Do you remember any of your German lines that you had?
No. So, I'm very, very selective.
Where are your papers?
Where are your papers? Yeah, good and terrifying.
I see nothing.
But Game of Aces is available on Hulu now. It's on Hulu, and it had a theatrical release. And I really liked that movie. It was a great role for me, very much like The English Patient. I loved it. I loved
look for
it.
that one.
I love that. That's so
Very
cool.
low budget. We were out in the desert for 30 days. We went out to Death Valley.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, of course.
That's where we filmed. We were there for 25 days or something like that.
That's the lowest elevation in the United States.
Oh,
Death Valley.
Oh, amazing that you
take
know
him.
that.
Take him for trivia.
I'm going to take you for trivia.
Take
we're
him
going
for
Yeah,
trivia.
we'll
We're going
do
for
it.
trivia. Team
Yeah,
trivia.
go make,
Captain
go
Fiddle
make that
for
happen. You have continued doing all sorts of different movies and all sorts of different cool stuff. But what before we wrap things up, what is something that you've wanted to do that you haven't gotten to do yet?
I really want to do a really big action movie.
Really?
Yeah, because I love doing the action. I learned World War I guns for Game of Aces, and I love doing all the action work and all the moves and all of that stuff. And I'm very physical. I love to work out. I'm also trained in martial arts, and I really want to do more action stuff. So I kind of got the action bug from Game of Aces.
Like if you could do like a Kill Bill style movie where you're running around killing people and beating
I
them
would
up and-
I'd rather fancy myself doing a Mission Impossible or a Bond girl style role.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh
I
yeah.
can see that. I
Yeah.
can totally see that.
That's my idea. So
And see, here's the thing, and a thing that I think you should have done that I don't know why they didn't cast you was they have that Mary Poppins remake they're making, and I told Glickman, I was like, why don't they put Victoria Summer in? She should be Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree with you. Especially you're a singer too. I mean, you
Yeah.
have such a beautiful voice. It would be crazy.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something right before we started. You're like, there are nipples on the internet. What is do you feel like sensitivity towards that kind of stuff in the U.S. is it a much bigger deal here, or are people more relaxed about that type of stuff in the UK? Like,
Yeah, we're more relaxed Europeans. We're just more relaxed. You Americans like, oh, nipple. Don't punch your nipple. Got to put crosses over nipples.
Like, people freak out here.
Yeah,
People
but
lose their Instagram accounts and shit like all
Yeah.
the time.
I know. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Stop
enough
showing
already.
your nipples on the internet, Steven. And
I'm
then you
sorry.
Can keep your account.
They keep
censoring your
They
nipples.
keep telling me to put my nipples away.
I mean, I don't have many raunchy pictures, but there is that one.
Sure.
There's that one.
I think you need
There's
to.
always
I think
one.
there is always one.
There's always one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a picture of me on the internet. It's just my balls. That's all it is. It's just me holding my balls, apologizing. I'm apologizing while holding them. That's not true. Yeah, but I think it's important to do to be like comfortable with yourself, and for a business that is that tries to make you so uncomfortable all the time. You know?
God, there's so much pressure. There's so much pressure. But get your lips done.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you get an injection here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little pull back there. Get some Botox.
It's,
Like, no.
yeah.
Can we stop, please?
You're
I
better
like
off-
my thin lips.
Yeah.
I got thin lips. I like them.
You have
Look.
very nice lips.
They're thin. They're not fish lips.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
They're
fine.
not Kardashian lips.
You don't
They're just
need
not.
to have, dude. I've seen some of those people, and you see them, and you're like, oh god.
and then you see
What does
them
it
when
feel
they're
to kiss them? Have you ever kissed them? Because I haven't. I don't kiss women.
Once or twice.
Does it feel weird?
It's something, all right. It
Do
is
you
weird.
like it, don't you?
I just like
can
it.
tell.
Look, hey.
You like big lips, don't you?
Well,
That's
look,
okay.
I like
if you
all
like
different
big
ki-
lips.
I like all different.
It's
I'm a
okay.
fan of all lips. I like all lips.
you like big lips and you cannot deny.
Oh God.
No. Well, the thing is, like, you
horrifying.
see people who get a lot of work done, and then as they age, they just look weird.
It's so
like, you-
strange.
every
Can we just
year-
age gracefully.
You watch the Oscars every year,
Yes.
and there's always at least one woman who the internet blows up about because, like, you're like, what the hell
You're like,
happened to her face?
No.
And it's in there like that's a different person now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened with Renee Zellweger.
Yes, it did,
Mm-hmm.
and I love her.
I don't know what happened with Renee Zellweger. I don't know what happened there.
And you don't have to do that.
Who am I to say anything about Renee Zellweger? I'm a chubby Jew, but it was a very interesting situation because when she refaced in the world, literally
Resurface?
resurfaced
Mind the
in the when,
Resurfaced.
everyone was like, "Who is that? We don't know who that person is," and maybe it was a bunch of different things. I mean, I've seen her since, and she looks more like herself now. But also, like, you ladies,
There's a lot of pressure on women in
There's a
Hollywood.
lot of pressure.
Also, like, there's a lot of
Like,
pressure.
we can, I mean, like there's anything to let us go from, but I'm
There's-
like, we can let ourselves go, and it doesn't really make a difference in comedy. Like, nobody
No.
cares.
Yeah, they don't care about
Comedians,
us, comedians.
whatever, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
if we die young, they just go,
Yeah.
he
Who
will be
cares?
make God laugh. That's
Yeah.
what they all say. There's no, you know what I mean?
That's my only hope for having my name on the marquee at the Laugh Factory is when I die. That's my only chance.
Well, good luck.
Even then, probably not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll put on a phone call. I'll be dead probably, but
Yeah, I'm gonna outlive you.
yeah,
That's
most
for
likely.
sure. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Not if I kill.
We'll find
not
out.
if I murder you. You heard it here first on the Nighttime Show podcast. I may murder Matt Walker.
It's plausible.
Victoria, you are such a wonderful lady.
Victoria,
and
have you ever taken a bad photo?
Yeah, have you ever taken a bad picture?
I find it hard to believe that you have, because every photo we found of you on the internet, you look amazing.
We tried to look for bad.
We tried to
ones.
find a bad photo of you. Impossible.
Nothing.
Wow. You want to take one?
Yeah, let's take a
We
bad
will take a
photo,
picture
for
of you.
sure.
We'll see if we can make it back.
Where can people find you on the internet if they want to find you to follow you and things?
VictoriaSummer.com, and then Instagram at Victoria Summer, Twitter at Victoria Summer, Facebook Victoria
On her
Summer
Instagram, by the
Entertainment.
way, you can hear Victoria singing all the time on her Instagram.
I do like to sing. I sing
when
all the
are you
time.
singing next?
I sing at live events most
You
weekends.
did that Grease thing
Wow.
not that long ago. That was amazing.
Yep.
Well, when are you singing next? Do you have anything coming up?
Yep. I think I'm doing a gig next weekend. Yeah.
All right. Well, can they
Most
check out
weekends.
dates on your? Do you post on when you're
One
doing
thing
things?
I have my next tea event, which is Tea with Victoria Summer. It's in Nashville,
What?
and that's on May 12th. And I'm going to be singing at that event. I sing at every tea event. The last one was here in Los Angeles to launch Game of Aces when it came out. We did the tea event, and I sung with a cancer survivor because I'm ambassador of Teen Cancer America, and we raise money for kids with cancer. And the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in Nashville needs a center for teenagers, and we're raising money for that. And we shall have a big tent at the Nashville Steeplechase May 12th, and we'll be raising money there. I shall be singing in the tent with a country music artist who shall remain unknown at this point.
Sure.
But we're being covered by the BBC, and we're very excited about that. So we're doing tea at the Steeplechase.
Hell yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, girl.
So let's ask I have a couple questions about what you like in terms of entertainment. Like, what do you like to watch?
What do I like to watch? Let me see. I'm a big movie person. I love movies. Probably one of my favorite movies is Breakfast at Tiffany's. That's probably my favorite. But I'm into action. I'm into a lot of genres. I love romantic
Do you have
comedies.
Netflix
I love
on your
action.
phone? Do you have Netflix on your phone?
I do.
Can I see your phone?
He's gonna check our Netflix
I want
account.
to check. I want to check.
Do you watch a lot of British TV at all, or mostly American sourced entertainment?
Both.
Okay. Are you like Doctor Who, anything like that? Like, would you ever be a
Used
companion
to.
on Doctor Who?
Well,
Oh
do you
my
know
God.
I
what?
could
That
see
would
you-
be great.
Like, I could see that. Like,
I have to tell you, and whoever's been on Doctor Who has managed to have just amazing careers after that. That's
like
what
Jenna
I've
Coleman's
noticed.
doing great stuff now.
Yes.
After Doctor Who and David Tennant, of course, and
Oh sure.
Exactly. Entertainment, Netflix.
Do you have Netflix on your phone, Matt?
I think I do. Let me see.
Pull it up.
I'm gonna pull it up. We'll see if I can
Here,
get
we'll all
to it.
trade.
I'm going to trade Netflix accounts here.
Let me see. I haven't logged into Netflix
Oh
in a
no,
while.
you're not signed in.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay. So here's my Netflix. It tells me I should watch the stand-ups. Well, that's not surprising. So it's a very exciting podcast time here, where we look up Netflix on our phones.
Well, I've been watching The Office. I'm in season 9, so the best season. The stand-ups also I tried to watch a little bit of. The Joe McHale show.
Where can you see your history on here?
It should just be like of what you're currently watching or what you've been watching.
Well, it tells me like continue watching is my next guest was the Letterman show.
Oh, the Letterman show.
But that's the last thing I watched on there. I haven't seen
You know what I
anything.
got super obsessed with was Undercover Boss, which you can watch Undercover Boss on Netflix. Here's why I love this, Victoria. Have you ever watched Undercover Boss?
No.
Okay, here's why it's great. First season of Undercover Boss, they have a guy on, right? And they have like a guy, he's the boss of a company, he goes undercover, right? That's the premise, right? And then he like meets all the employees, and then at the end, he reveals that he's the boss, and he brings them all in for a meeting, and he
gives
goes,
like he gives them a house.
Yeah, first season, he goes, Michael, you did a great job. You know, I know that your family is struggling and that you guys are having a hard time. So I'm going to give you a 15% raise and also a camera to take pictures of your kids. Congratulations. Like 7th season, you watch like the 7th season, and it's like, Michael, I know that you, it's like exact same type of company.
Same scenario. Yeah.
Michael, I saw that you and your family are having a little bit of a hard time, so I'm giving you $1 million, and I'm buying you a house and sending your family anywhere in the world you want to go. And you're like, holy shit! Like, if you were on the first season of that show, you got massively screwed.
That's the power of syndication.
Yeah, because they just
That's
because
syndication
it's all
money right
about
there.
upping the ante.
Yeah.
Because they want everyone to to do that. Okay, so to watch again. So you watched Riverdale.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's the Archie show, right?
I just watched
But
that.
it's serious.
Deep Blue
right?
Sea, Jessica Jones,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hateful Eight,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
Great
Lovely Bones.
We
These are all
met
great.
we met Tarantino at the Hateful Eight screening.
Yes, we
at
did.
LACMA.
Big
Armageddon,
Tarantino fan.
Sixth Sense, 13 going on 30. You got good stuff
Yeah.
going on in here.
Yeah.
Like when we
Tony
went,
Robbins, Blackfish.
Oh yeah.
when
love it.
Glickman and I
Love
went to
my
go see
documentaries.
Hateful Eight, we went to they had a 70mm screening at LACMA. We go, and they did a double feature of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and then the Hateful Eight, which is a weird combo.
Yeah.
But so we go for the first movie, and there's like 20 people in there. Like it was like 300 for Hateful Eight, but there's like 20 people in the room, and one person is just like laughing like De Niro in Cape Fear during Mad, Mad World, and we're like, who the fuck is laughing like a crazy person? And the lights come up for intermission, and that was Tarantino. He's sitting there laughing like a madman.
Wow.
And It's a Mad, Mad World. And we're like, oh, I guess he's going to talk before they show his movie. And then he takes off. Like he just came to watch It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. And then he left before they showed his own movie.
It's
was
very
weird.
strange. Very strange.
Strange guy.
Very strange.
Very
Yeah.
talented.
Have you ever run into him?
No, and I want to because I'm going to tell
Yeah.
him, look, I want to work with you. Put me
You
in
should.
a movie.
You should.
Make me crash a car. I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, love him.
Well, you're spectacular. Everyone knows that. Matt, where can people find you on the webs?
You can find links to everything at funnymatt.com, or if you're irritated by me in any way, let me know at mattwalkersucks.com. New content coming soon. I got a lot of hate mail this last week. So.
Why'd you get so much hate mail?
For defending the fabulous Esther Koo, who's a very funny comedian, and the New York Post ran a hit piece on her. And I told people if they had a problem with Esther Koo to let me know so I could kick them the balls before I unfollow them on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of people who are upset about that tweet. And then I made a bunch of people mad today because I said that now maybe the Trump administration could do something good for once and deport Conor McGregor. And they got
Why?
mad about
Well,
that.
why would you say that about Conor McGregor?
He caused a big ruckus last night. He got arrested for assault. Like there were a bunch of other MMA guys on a bus, and he like took a bunch of stuff and broke the windows on the bus, and he's being an idiot. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's
yeah, but deport him.
But people love hating you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's fine.
so
Whatever, I
you
don't
can
care.
go to mattwalkersucks.com, Victoria, and read all the hate mail that he gets. It's great.
You actually put the hate mail on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
How interesting.
Hang on, let me ask Mike Glazer. Hey,
Mike?
Mike Glazer. How can people find you on the internet? Well, yeah, I got Glazer boohoo at gmail. Whatever.
Glazer boo-hoo-hoo on all social media, and T sucks. That's what he would say.
Glazer
I love
had to-
T, but Glazer hates T. for
Glazer
some
walked
reason.
out on
Yeah.
us because he has emotional problems. No, he had to go.
He did.
You can always get me at Stephen Glickman, STEPHEN, Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast. And we love you. And Victoria,
Come to our live show.
you're just the coolest. Yeah,
Come to our
please,
live show.
Come to the live show.
April
Always
21st,
April
100th episode.
100th episode.
Oh,
You
I'd
bet.
love to. Yes, please.
Yes,
It's a
I
date.
would love it.
Yes.
Ooh, lovely. All right. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.